Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Under Hood Show presented by Hambelton Ford. My name is Phil Nightingale. I'm the general manager, and Josh Prophet. Morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Hey, it is a beautiful day out there in Cakeland, right?
How beautiful is it out there?
Hey, it's not too bad, really.
Yeah.
Hey, got some gloves here. Where did these come from? I have to use those.
Yeah,
here.
those were there yesterday. I noticed them, so I'm not
What
sure.
those are for?
Huh.
Might have to try them out.
Yeah. Huh. You got any examples of where you would try something like that out
I
at?
think I might have. Anyway, hey, welcome to the show, everybody. It is the toy drive for today. Yes, we are way behind the 8 ball of getting that out there and letting people know, but I think everybody's kind of know it's the first Saturday of December. We go up. I shouldn't say we. I go up on the roof and freeze.
It's a team spirit. Everybody else is with you in spirit, you know.
Taking one for the team. I get it. So, but you know what? I've had a lot of great times up there, and a lot of times I don't even have to wear gloves. But today I will have to have some gloves on. It things like that. That's okay.
There's definitely, you're in December. Like, first of all, the fact that it's December already is crazy.
Yeah.
But then, you've had very, I'm going to say, for as many years as we've done this, you've been pretty fortunate on weather for sure.
I have done very well up there compared. I've only had a couple that has been really brutal times up there and stuff like that. So I can't complain. So not all, but hey, it's a toy drive for the Salvation Army. So please, everyone, come out, go grab a new unwrapped toy. Bring it out here, ages 0 to 18 years of age. And let's help all these kids at Salvation Army have a great Christmas like we all are going to have and everything else too. So jump out there, get something, help me get off the roof. We're going to fill 5 F-150s full of new unwrapped toys. Take them over to the Salvation Army this afternoon and help these kids have a great Christmas and stuff too. So let's get the Christmas spirit rolling. It's December. It's Christmas. It's the holidays. Let's everyone have a great Christmas. But come out and see us here today. Santa's going to be here from 11 to 1.
A special guest here, huh? Yeah.
And again, this year we're having Mrs. Santa coming.
Oh, very good.
So now, Josh, I know you want to get a picture with them, but you can just let the kids get the pictures first.
Think she'll have any cookies?
I'm guarantee there's going to be a bunch of cookies out here. Bunch of cookies. So come out and see Santa. Get your picture taken with Santa too. Bring your kids. Bring some toys. And let's help all those kids at the Salvation Army have a great Christmas and stuff too. So, hey, let's get the phones ringing at 316-462-3673. And this just shows about anything ailing your car. But you know what? We'll take any kind of calls about racing. We'll talk about Santa. We'll talk about Salvation Army, whatever it is you want to talk about today. And let's get the phones ringing at 316-462-3673. That comes to our front desk. Let them know you want to get passionate in the podcast. And as always, Josh, what's in that great package we give away for each and every caller?
So we're going to mail it out to you, but it's going to consist of the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Hambelton Ford. While we're completing that, we're also going to complete a multi-point inspection, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components of that vehicle, making sure that it's ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. You'll also get yourself $10 to Mel's Diner, so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're with us. Complete nitrogen, so you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer for you. And then BG products package, which consists of a can of MOA or motor oil additive for your engine oil, and then CF5 for your fuel system. Again, just getting that vehicle geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving.
All right, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Morning, Delbert. How's everything down in Oklahoma? If everything's good there for you, buddy. Anyway, yes, it's our toy drive today. And yeah, we put a post out on Facebook. We just have too many irons in the fire here lately to everything going on here at the store and everything else too. So, Josh, we spent all day yesterday getting ready for PRI.
Yep.
We're leaving Sunday. You and I and Lisa and the Nick and Nick shows, we're headed to is it Lakeville?
Plymouth, Indiana.
Plymouth, Indiana. We're going to go up for the dealer Hoosier meetings, and we'll be there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for that. See what's latest on everything going on with Hoosier and the latest and greatest things they have there. And for that part, so excited to see all the dealers and all the stuff there and see all the Hoosier managers and stuff too. So be exciting for that part. And then Wednesday's our big day to get set up for the PRI show. And if you don't know the PRI show, it's the largest racing show, I think, in the country. If you was to walk this thing, I don't think you could walk it in 2 days.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So we got a booth in there for our second year, and yes, we're having Nick Roberts' drag car, and we're going to take Jake's Team 3J modified, have them on display. Got some big TV screens and different things going on, but all kinds of good, exciting stuff too. Were we taking the tree too?
So I was under the impression, yes, it does not make it in the trailer last night, but then they were wondering about space. So I think Nick thought maybe not. But
I think we take it and we can always leave it in the trailer if we have to. So
yeah.
Come see us at the PRI booth. It's going to be fun and exciting and stuff too there. Indianapolis will be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from that part. So we got a busy week ahead of us, Josh.
It is. You know, we get to this time of year and it just seems like, I don't know, just it's always on fire. Let's just say that. But you know, I'd rather have it that way than the other. And same thing on the service side of things is we've always got a lot going on and just trying to accommodate everybody and get everybody taken care of for whatever their automotives need. Whatever that may be, whether it's from the parts side of things or racing side of things or vehicle sales side of things or just repair for sure. So always trying to do the most we can for everybody for sure.
Anyway, just text Tyler Strickler. He's down in Oklahoma. I want to see if we can get an update on the arena cross that he's been following for us. Melham Ford's the tire sponsor and supplier for Hoosier there at these events. And I think we're on event number 6 out of 8.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. Yes.
So anyway, morning, James Furman. Delbert, you're watching the USA play the Netherlands on FIFA World Cup. Go USA. Exactly. Darren McKim, good morning. So, yeah, so exciting stuff there, too. So we'll see if we can get Tyler Strickler on the show here. We'll see how everything's going down at the arena cross from that part. Looks like, Josh, too, the Gatewell. God, what am I saying? Is it Gatewell?
What are you heading? Where are you headed with that?
In St. Louis, the gate.
Oh,
God, dang it.
The Gateway Arch.
Yeah, but they got races going on there.
Oh, really?
What's it called? God dang it, blank.
Oh, okay. For NASCAR is what you're talking about.
No. This is dirt track. And anyway, a lot of exciting stuff going on down there at the Gateway Nationals. It's the Gateway Nationals.
Yeah, it's got to be that. I would think so.
But anyway, there is some exciting racing going on there. Some tempers are flying and everything else too. Gateway Nationals. What's it called?
In St. Louis, I would think that it has to be that. But
yeah, it is. But here it is. Gateway Dirt Nationals. There it is. So there's a lot of exciting stuff I watched to do with a couple late models get into each other and the crowd getting pretty fired up. But I don't know, crowd was fired up at the guy that got kind of run off the edge of the track, but the guy was leading the race. I mean, I don't know. It's a soft, short track. Everybody needs to have some lenience, I guess is what I should say.
And everybody always has an opinion of something when they watch it or after, after the fact or later on down the road and all that stuff. And that's all fine and dandy, but just like, what was it, Muhammad Ali or said that everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face. And being in the heat of the battle, I don't know.
Yeah. And the other thing I'll tell you, though, is it's really the two guys behind the steering wheel really know what happened or whatever.
Sure.
I understand the guy in second place is upset, mad because he got stuck in the fence and everything else, too. What I didn't like is after the fact that he can stress his opinion, but boy, don't use your car as a weapon. And he sure used his car as a weapon and stuff, too. Yeah. So, but all you do is tear up more equipment and everything else like that, too, part. But I don't know. The guy leading the race is right on the very start coming around turn 2. He kind of he did slide up a little bit, whatever. But you know what? He had to lead.
Yeah.
Everybody, you're mad at the guy that is leading the race, took out the guy in second. But you know what? The guy in second's got a brake pedal.
Yeah. Got
a brake pedal. But I get it. This short track, and it's hard to pass and everything else like that, too. So it's just what it is. Morning, Amanda. And yes, Dan, I'm going to have fun on the roof. So, Dan, I know you're probably snuggled up warm in your bed, not in your bed, in your house, all warmed up. I'll be up there freezing a little bit this afternoon. So that's okay. But anyway, it's a toy drive here at Mel Hambelton Ford today. It's I got to figure out. I think I went up on the roof the very first time in 2009.
That almost sounded like you wanted somebody to play that violin.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm good. If you want to play it, go ahead. Yeah. But I'm good. But 2009 I think was the first year that I went up. So what is that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 14th year.
It's crazy. I mean, it
seems like it just come down after last year.
Yeah.
It seemed like it just happened. So
for sure.
So anyway, again, it's a toy drive here at Mel Hambelton Ford for the Salvation Army. Please, everybody, go out and buy a new unwrapped toy. Bring it out here, throw it in the trucks. We got 3 trucks out front, got 2 trucks inside the building and stuff. Santa's going to be here from 11 to 1. Bring your kids out, get some pictures, everything else with them. Lots of cookies and treats and things going on here today. So come out to the Mel Hambelton Ford toy drive for the Salvation Army. Love to see you all out here and help those kids at the Salvation Army have a great Christmas like everyone's going to have. So anyway, James Furman, got my car back in quick lane again, got it running great again, and got that miss taken care of when I tried to get the highway speeds. Awesome. So we got his car back. I saw his car on a service drive the other day. So yeah. James, glad we got you all taken care of and everything else too. And sorry you missed the festivities out here at Black Friday. We had a lot of fun out here on Black Friday and had a lot of great winners and stuff on those 10 cars and sold a lot of cars that day and stuff too. And everybody had a good time. So, but anyway, James, sorry we missed you out here on Black Friday because James won one. Was that 2 years ago or a year ago that he won a car?
I think it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. Yeah. He won a car. Now, time flies. You're having fun too. So, hey, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, or you want to talk about anything for the toy drive or questions about the toy drive, want to talk about new products, want to talk about MH Ford Racing or anything in the racing world, you want to talk about the Dirt Nationals, what's going on. You got your opinion on what happened at the Gateway last night. Love to hear from you and see your comments on that too. I've texted Tyler Strickler to see if he can
call in,
get on the phone. He's down in Oklahoma at the Arena Cross event 6 of 8, supporting those Hoosier tires and stuff too. So
I've got a question for the listeners, and they can just call in and give their opinion or statement on this, but on cruise control for vehicles. So having adaptive cruise control. I hear a lot of people say, hey, they'd rather not use the adaptive side of it because they set it and they're going along. And so I want to talk about cruise control just a little bit and what some opinions are and why one way or the other. And I guess for those of you that don't know, the adaptive cruise control side of that is when it's set, it will pace the car in front of you. So if you set it at 70 and the car in front of you is doing 65, the vehicle will slow down to about 65 and it continually paces the car in front of you. You turn into the passing lane and it'll resume back to what you have it set at, and then you take off and you're resumed or normal speed. So cruise control, if you have adaptive cruise control, do you use it as adaptive or the conventional cruise control? And then why do you prefer one method or the other? For one, but then also I was going to go with this. Okay, if you're typically driving, what are you driving? Are you driving 5 miles an hour over this posted speed?
I drive 5 miles under.
You're 5
under.
5 under. Okay.
Under. Yeah, I'm 5 miles under.
So what speed range do you typically set it above, below, or at the speed limit?
Okay, so let's get the phones ringing. Let's talk about adaptive cruise. Tell us how you drive. Tell you how many mile an hour you go over. 316-462-3673. I'm going to tell you, I use it every chance I get.
The adaptive cruise.
Yes, every chance.
And when it first came out and I was driving around in the demos and stuff, I would shut it off.
Really?
Initially. Yeah. And the main reason for me was, and I'm going to say a piss poor reason at best, but probably not paying as much attention as I should. I'd set the cruise and I'd be going along and, returning phone calls, whatever, headed home. And I would look down and I'm doing, say 65 and a 70 just because it's pacing the car in front of me. And I wasn't getting there, I guess, as fast as I wanted to be getting there. And I would just let the truck pace the vehicle in front of me. And I wouldn't even know that I wasn't even going the speed that I had set it at, for one.
Okay.
But then, now it's definitely, I'll get in a vehicle that doesn't have it.
Oh, about rear-end somebody.
I can about catch myself just, rear-ending another car just because I assume that the cruise is going to do what it needs to do. So,
okay. So I'm going to tell you how I use it.
Okay.
Let's get on, like coming from work, I get on 235 and I'll set it at 72, even though it's 65, 7 mile an hour. So I don't think I'm going to get a ticket, but I still tell you, I run a radar detector. Yes, I do.
So we're headed there.
You're headed there too. So yeah. Even though I still only 7 mile an hour over, if that radar detector goes off, I'm still shutting her down. I don't know why. I just am. I just don't want to take a chance or whatever. But I do love the adaptive cruise just to keep me protected. I can't tell you how many times it's saved me when I'm tired or something like that too. And especially on in the pull rig coming back from races and stuff, at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And of course, in the pull rig, I set it on dead ass on the speed limit because I just,
pulling that big trailer and everything else. Yeah, there's a lot of responsibility there for sure.
So I just, it has saved me so many times and everything else from that part too. And I think the my negative that I have with it is, for example, if I come up behind a car and it slows me down and I get in the other lane, I just don't feel like it picks up fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Or the other thing is, I'll tell you where I'm kind of using it now too, is I'll get on Kellogg. I'll set it on 65. And we got a caller coming in here, so we'll get Steve on the line here shortly. But I set it on 65, and then as I get ready to get on 235 going east on Kellogg, and I get on that little curve, and I'm following somebody. And what I don't like is as they accelerate up the ramp and go around the curve, seems like it takes forever for that thing to really catch up. So I'm putting my foot in there to get caught back up again. That's the only thing I don't like about it.
You're supplementing it a little bit.
Yeah. So now if you want to go in the next step, we get the adaptive cruise. We're going to go to the intelligent cruise.
Well, so the Blue Cruise I was going to talk about that as well. Once we get a couple of opinions of some callers or on it as well. But that's something that's new out to Ford. I haven't had a huge amount of time to play with it, but what I have, it's been pretty good. I've had very good experiences, and I think that's something that's definitely just going to grow and grow and grow. As they get more roads certified for that and stuff like that. So
I got to cut one on my Facebook page post. Dwight, he says, I use it and love it. Great for long travel and keeping the flow of traffic going. I drive left lane and set it at 10 mile an hour over. There you go, Dwight. Good job, buddy.
So I've always, I'll go back to the kind of the how much over. And I've always had the analogy that 9 you're fine, 10 you're mine. And so I'll drive 9 miles an hour.
Depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing, what I'm going to. And the other thing is, again, I run a radar detector from that part because I tend to like to go. I'm in a hurry. I need to get there. I don't know why that is, but I just seem to want to get there and everything else too. But if there's plenty of traffic and stuff, in front of me and everything else too, I might run 15 over. Just kind of depending on what's going on, where I'm at, what I feel like, and all that groove. But you never fail. That instant on radar can zap you about any time you want. So you got to be ahead of the game and all that kind of stuff too. But we're trying to get Steve through the line here. Something happened here. We'll see if we can get him back on the phone here real quick too. So.
Steve, if you're listening, if we lost you, give us a shout back, and then I may try to have her reach out back to you as well. So sorry about that if we lost you in the transfer.
All right, James Furman says, I don't have adaptive cruise, but I do set mine 5 mile an hour over. That's my limit. I don't need to go any faster. I'm just trying to win the race out there.
There we go. I think we got. I think we're on live with Steve now. Steve, you're on live with Under the Hood.
Hi. Hey, my son-in-law's got a 2013 GMC Denali. And it keeps bending push rods.
A 13 Denali.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that so in 13 it's a 5.3 or is that a 6.2?
Yeah, 5.3, I think.
If it was an option for both.
I'm not sure.
Okay. But it keeps bending push rods.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've kind of looked on the internet, and obviously, and it says they have some kind of a hydraulic lifter in there that shuts off some stuff and all that.
Yep. So it has what they call displacement on demand, and so it's for fuel consumption. So if the load of the vehicle is not needed to have all the cylinders, it will shut off some of the cylinders, and it's for fuel efficiency. The downside to that is an oil operated system, and so if you have not very good maintenance or long oil change intervals, that system can be damaged. And what happens is the lifters in the vehicle will actually kind of turn sideways, and they're roller lifters, and it will eat up the cam. And I'm guessing that's probably what's happened in this particular situation. And so I would guess that's probably what's going on. How many lifters have you guys, or push rods have you guys put in it?
That makes a lot of sense. He's been, I think they put in, I don't know, 3, and then the next time they put in all 8 or 16, maybe. I don't remember what it is.
16.
And then it spun a rod bearing.
Okay.
So it's like the last time. So I think what you're saying makes the most sense to me, is that it's low maintenance. It's like not changing the oil often enough and keeping it clean and all that.
Yeah.
And I did. It's fixed already.
Is it? What did you end up doing?
I mean, yeah. They replaced the crankshaft and one rod.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and said, and really kind of said the same thing, was that when we got it, it was a quart and a half low on oil, and
yeah. So the downside,
and it says,
the downside of that is when it comes to maintenance like that, is that it is so hard to get sludge or oil buildup or sludge buildup completely cleaned out of an engine. And there's so many, smaller passages, especially as they're using oil for the timing to advance and retard timing in these more advanced motors for sure. And so, it's really hard to get that completely clean. If it is fixed and back together, I guess my recommendation, I would be doing a lot of GDI services or compression restoration services. And basically that's like a shampoo and conditioner that would complement an oil change to that engine. But then I would be doing oil services way more often than, whatever you were previously doing them. That's going to be the only chance of survival if it is from lack of maintenance for that thing.
Okay. All right. That's too bad. But I kind of understand. Have you got enough time to answer one more question about it? And that's how does that, I understand, how they can like shut the spark off and everything, and to delete some cylinders, but how does shutting the valve off make the cylinders not work or make the fuel efficient?
Yeah. So essentially, there's a couple things that are happening there. But the lifters, the hydraulic lifters, it's dumping oil, so it's not compressing that lifter. So you have a load. It's more of a load thing from that side of it, but then you're also shutting the fuel off to those cylinders as well, the fuel injectors off to those cylinders as well, so you're not dumping fuel down into it.
All right.
And so from the lifter side of things, it's more of just the load on the engine.
Okay. All right. And it really does have a different sound when it does shut those things off.
Yeah, it does, for sure. And a huge power difference too. Obviously, of course, it comes back on pretty instantaneously when the load's there to fire that stuff back up. But
yeah,
and I understand, I understand from the manufacturer's side why they did it. It just it's not going back to kind of what we talk about a lot on this show, is that as the advancements in these engines change and technology changes, you got to change your maintenance habits to go along with that. And I really think where GM messed up, and I would even say put Ford in the same manufacturer or same boat as that, is that when these manufacturers put these oil maintenance minders in these cars, and the oil maintenance minders will go 10 or 12 or 15,000 miles in some cases before it comes on and says that you need an oil change.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. To change oil, and the amount that cost is going to be way less money than what you've already had to face with this thing, or what you will end up potentially facing long term. Just a little bit of preventative maintenance would have made a huge difference one way or the other. So
I think so. All right. And okay. That's great. That's what I needed to know.
So Steve,
I appreciate it.
Steve, do you have you have adaptive cruise control on anything that you drive or run?
Cruise control?
The adaptive cruise control?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what adaptive is.
Yeah, so that's just where it's pacing the car in front of you, and so it'll speed up and slow down as the car in front of you speeds up and slows down.
No, I don't have that.
Okay, so on the
he might have that on that thing.
Yeah. Now on the vehicle that you do run cruise control, how many miles an hour do you? If the speed limit's 65, what do you set the cruise at?
Oh, probably 72.
72. Gotcha. Okay. Well, Steve, we appreciate the call and thanks for the info.
Yeah. What would you? By the way, what would you recommend oil change mileage or time
on that thing?
On that GMC?
Yeah. So it depends on the oil that you're using. If you're using a conventional oil, it needs to be every 3,000 miles. In that particular engine, you shouldn't be using a conventional oil. You should be using a semi-synthetic oil. And those are 5,000 mile intervals. But honestly, I'd be doing a GDI service at maybe every 3,500 miles or something, just for at least a couple of them if it's got a bunch of sludge and buildup in there. So.
Okay. And can you tell me what is GDI service?
Yeah. So GDI service is a product that BG manufactures, but essentially what it is it's a cleaner that goes in before the oil change. You run the vehicle, get it up to operating temperature, and then you service the vehicle. And then there's a can of MOA or motor oil additive that goes in afterwards. And that's just extra additive package that complements the oil. And so essentially, the best way to describe it is like shampoo and conditioner. You get in the shower, the oil change is the shower, the shampoo is the degreaser, so to speak, and then the conditioner is just treat it to make it last longer. So
yeah.
And I would do a couple of those GDIs real quick, like 2,500 miles each in between, to try to get the rest of that sludge out of that motor.
Yeah. Okay. About 2,500 miles. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I could talk to you forever about stuff. But
okay. We appreciate the call.
Yes, Steve, appreciate the call. And, as part of this package, you're going to receive the package that we're going to send out. We're going to send out the works and everything to you. So just let us know if you want to get that GDI service performed while you have it in here. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. All right, let's get Andrew on the line here next. We'll get him patched in here real quick and see what's on Andrew's mind there too. But Josh, again, another example of these oil life reminders that I disagree with. I still remember standing back in probably 20 years ago when I was standing on a board. I was up in Detroit with a guy that actually decided to put that in the actual engineer. I stood there and talked to him about these oil life monitors that he was putting in GM cars at the time and how wrong they were and all that kind of stuff. And he kept trying to tell me how great it was for the environment, less oil and all this kind of stuff. And you know what? I understand the environment side of this thing too, but I also know I spent a lot of dollars on an engine, and I know what it takes to maintain one of these things, and going 10,000 miles on an oil change is crazy. I don't care. You can't do that even with all these full synthetic oils claim the fame is how much they can go. It better protects. It does not extend the oil out, because what you're not understanding is as soon as you start that engine, you build water or condensation. If you don't drive that thing long enough to boil that out of there, that ends up in the bottom of your oil pan, and that's where the sludge starts.
Yep.
And these cold weathers we have out there today, it takes 30 minutes of driving to boil that stuff out of there and get it out of that engine like it needs to. And your engine still is burning that stuff. The carbon's still being built. The wear particles are still being built. And you can't get that. The oil doesn't dissipate that stuff. It's still in the engine. That oil is just better oil to better lubricate from that part. So one of those deals, and just like Delbert just said, pay me now or pay me later, one of those kind of things, situations. But as these engines get more sophisticated, they got better oils and everything else too. But it does not extend that oil change interval, period. Anyway, we're trying to get Andrew patched through. Andrew kind of waited for a long time.
Steve, apologize about the hold there, but cruise control. Let's talk about
where are we at there?
What you use, if you had adaptive cruise control, do you use it? Do you like it? And then also, if you are setting the cruise and say it's a posted 65 mile an hour speed limit, what do you set it at? So let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Andrew. Andrew, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey guys,
how are you today?
I got a 20. I'm pretty good.
Good.
I have a 2012 Lincoln MKZ that has picked up a rough idle. It's it drives fine. It's when it is in drive, like at a stoplight or something.
Okay.
So I've gone through it. I put in all new Motorcraft injectors, all new Motorcraft plugs, the new gasket on the air intake plenum, cleaned the throttle body, put a new gasket on that, and cleaned out the mass airflow. But it did make an improvement, but it's still, it drives and accelerates great. It's just when I'm sitting there at a stoplight, it has a little vibration that's not like a Lincoln should be,
Okay, so a couple of questions I have. How many miles are on the Lincoln?
122 or something like that.
122. Okay. And then the next thing I was going to ask is, you'd mentioned plugs and injectors and things like that. What led you down that path or those paths?
Well, a couple of years ago, I'd had a code throw because I had a bad fuel injector. So I was desperate on a weekend. So I just got one from like an O'Reilly's or something, an off brand.
Uh-huh.
And I'd read somewhere that could possibly be the problem.
Yeah. So
that's why I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and put all new ones in just to have brand new ones.
Gotcha. And then as far as like any check engine light or anything associated with this?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So I'm
kind of wondering if it even really is a rough idle. Maybe we got a motor mount or something that's got weak on you or something, and you're feeling that motor mount drowned out or something. Maybe from that part too.
That is exactly where I was.
Is that where you're headed
with it? Yes. I think there's probably an issue with one of the mounts. And you're just feeling the vibrations. So all of the motors, or transmissions are isolated with rubberized mounts, and those mounts are designed to absorb the vibrations that engine's going to make. And when those rubber just is going to wear over time and crack and things like that, and so those mounts will settle and allow that mount then doesn't absorb those vibrations, and it just transfers it on through the cab. So if it's just strictly at idle and everything's running okay and all of that good stuff, I would venture to guess that that's probably what's going on with it.
Let's get a diagnostic.
So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
You wouldn't feel that when you're driving, because like I said, you're going down the road, it's fine. You don't pick up any of it really.
Yeah. So what happens? The motor will smooth out as you raise the RPM or idle, but then also as the load changes. So now you have the torque transferring through the motor and the transmission onto the drive line. It's going to actually shift or move that motor around a little bit as well.
Okay.
So a couple ways to check that. And, we're going to throw a diagnostic onto your package for calling in. So we'll take a look at that for you and let you know what we find. But a couple ways to check that is if you have somebody that can look at it with you. But if you basically kind of power brake the motor with it in drive and then reverse on the shifter, you'll actually see the motor or transmission under the hood. It's going to shift around or move around quite a bit. And a lot of times if it's really bad, you can get a lot of audible clunks out of it and things like that. But that's I'm going to say that's probably what we're going to find just out of what you've said.
Yeah, I would think if it was an engine misfire by now, you'd have a check engine light.
Yeah, for sure.
Telling us what was going on there from that part too. But again, I think just power brake it a little bit while you're sitting there at a stoplight. Just bring the RPM up, 100 or 200 RPM to see if the vibration stops. And
if it goes away. Yep.
Yeah, it does. If you get it up above 1,000, pretty much 1,000 and up, it doesn't do it. But below 1,000 is when it's doing.
Yeah.
So
RPMs. Yeah.
Well,
the other thing I was thinking about is there like a vacuum leak, but I don't really.
That's.
But would it be a code for that too?
Yeah, that could be a possibility on a vacuum leak. Typically, your idle is going to either be lower or higher than what normal would be if you had that. And then the other side of that, that engine should pick up a lean or rich condition, and you should be getting a check engine light indicator for that as well. So if it is something powertrain related, we'll be able to look at it on a scanner and be able to identify, whether there's a slight miss on there that is even slight enough that the the computer's not picking it up and telling you about it, or if there's a vacuum leak, we can look at fuel trims and see, one way or the other if it's rich or lean or what's going on there. But just by what you're saying, man, I sure would look to investigate those mounts. So.
Well, let's get that diagnostic on his package. Let's get it in here and see if we can figure out what's going on for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
So the $1 million question is, so this is you said a 13 edge? Lincoln. Yeah, that's right. So 13, I don't know. I don't think it does.
It's a 2012.
A 12.
It's a 12.
So
it's got the 3.5.
Yeah, does it have
3.5 liter V6?
Does it have adaptive cruise on it?
I don't think it would on
It does not have adaptive cruise.
Can't remember what year we kind of started those adaptive cruise and stuff. That kind of the topic of the show today was how much do you set your cruise over, and whether you have adaptive cruise, whether you use it or not. That was kind of our topic for the day. So
my mother had a Volkswagen Jetta that had it on there, and it kind of freaked me out at first, but then I did enjoy it after I figured out how to get used to it.
Yeah. It definitely is a little bit of a learning curve behind it, but so if you had it, you'd run it, is what you said.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And then if you're setting your cruise, where do you typically set it at? So speed limit 65. What are you doing?
70 or possibly 71.
There you go.
70 or 71. 70. He says 71 if I'm feeling lucky.
Yeah, if I'm feeling lucky, I'll go 71.
Never 72.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Well, very, very good.
All right, well, let's get your Lincoln in here so we can figure out, get that vibration taken care of for you, buddy. Okay.
Okay, so do I need to just call in on Monday?
Yeah, we can do that, or after the show, I can actually I'll have somebody give you a call and set up that appointment so we can take a look at that for you. So, okay.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Somebody just call me today. That'd be good. Thank you.
We will make that happen. All right.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call, Andrew, and you have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, let's keep the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Get a great price package. And how do you use your cruise control? How much you set it over? Do you use adaptive or do you don't?
Yeah. And I'm so far the gist has been about 5 miles an hour.
I'd say 5 to 7
if you're lucky.
There you go.
Feeling lucky.
Anyway, kind of going back on some of the things, Troy kind of made a comment here too. I know some people that just gets in their car and don't warm them up and takes off and starts driving. And I'm telling you,
this time of year,
cold weather, it is crucial. Even if you could just give your car 10 seconds, 30 seconds to sit there and run a little bit before you threw that thing in the drive in this cold weather. Now, and it's really especially if you're setting your car outside in this cold weather, because what you got to remember, the most wear of your engine happens when you start it up. And the reason that is there's no oil anywhere. And it takes a little bit to get that oil to move and get it up to the places you need to have. And that's where why we got away from the conventional oils, got to the full synthetics. I mean, multi-synthetics, that oil move faster, but if you got full synthetic, it's going to move even faster. But it is crucial to let those things warm up a little bit before you throw that thing in the gear for sure. So anyway, we're still, let's see if we got another call. We got Mike coming through here. Let's get Mike patched through, see what he's got on his mind this morning. Again, hey, it's the toy drive out here at Hambelton Ford today. As soon as we get off the radio show here, I'm going up on the roof till we fill 5 F-150s full of new unwrapped toys for the Salvation Army. So let's see. We got Mike coming through.
Mike, you're on live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Josh?
Doing great.
I was out at your guys' Black Friday event the other week, and I had some not concerns, but was wondering about the 3.5 V6 and the 18 Explorer that I bought, about the water pump. How often or how problematic are those to fail?
So what the biggest thing with those things is that in order to change it, it's run off of the timing chain itself, and so it would require removal of the engine in order to change the water pump, which a couple things to that is one, with again the right preventative maintenance, there's a lot of Explorers that will never have the water pump ever changed on them.
Okay.
So I would definitely stay up on the preventative maintenance on the cooling system side of that vehicle. And again, when we're looking at the coolant, years ago, everybody was concerned about the freeze level of the coolant and if it would be able to abstain, colder weather. Well, with the advancements in coolant and the current coolants that we're running, is that the freeze level will stay in that coolant for many, many years, and it's more the pH levels that we're concerned with. And so you're looking at for the acidity levels of that coolant. That's what's going to make the difference on components like water pumps and heater cores and all the components, radiators and things like that. So definitely staying up on the pH level of that thing, and then getting service in the coolant intervals on that. And typically what we see on coolant is really about 45 to 60,000 miles is when the additive package will drop out of that coolant, and then the freeze point, or the freeze point's okay, but the pH levels kind of starts to turn on it. So just again making sure that that's good. And it's really shouldn't make a difference whether the water pumps on the timing chain or on a belt driven. The what we're looking for is still the same. It's just with that particular one, putting a water pump on it can obviously cost a substantial amount more than if it was just in a conventional water pump location or belt driven. From that side. So, but I would not.
I'm just kind of curious. I wasn't really planning on buying a car that day, but got roped into everything. So I love it though. So
yeah, it definitely wouldn't deter me to purchase one of those engines. They run forever, and again, just paying attention to maintenance and stuff like that. We have replaced a water pump or two on them, but there's a lot of them out there, and a lot of them don't have any issues at all. So
okay, all right, yeah. Was kind of thinking next time I come into the quick line, I'd have that GDI done to it too, and
sure,
with the MOA. So I had BG products in my Focus when I bought it. So
it does make a difference, as part of when we do used car reconditioning, and that's something that we really don't talk about a whole lot. We actually put BG products in those vehicles before they go to the lot. So every fluid in that car will have an additive package that is there to complement the fluids. So that's something that's just a little bit more of a peace of mind for you as well. So
yeah, that's a good thing to know. I didn't know that.
So yeah, that's a great question there, Mike. So, hey, I've got you said that it was an 18 Explorer. Does that have adaptive cruise control on it?
I don't believe it does.
Okay. Just the conventional cruise.
XLT. It's that ruby red one you had in the corral.
Oh, okay. I know which one that was. Yeah.
That first of all, that ruby red, that's hard to beat. That color, I really do like that color for sure. And I'm a blue person. I like blue for sure, but that ruby red is a good color for sure. So now if you go ahead.
I went back to it about 2-3 times, and there's probably about 3 or 4 different people looking at it, and I finally had pulled the trigger. Had to pull it.
Had to pull it.
Let's go. There you go. Well, there you go. Well, a good deal. So if you had adaptive cruise control, would you use it?
Yes, I would. I test drove. Well, I rented a Cadillac CT5, I believe it was, that had it, and I enjoyed it.
Very good. Very good.
So
when you're setting your cruise control, where do you set it? If speed limit's 65, where do you set your cruise at?
80? Just kidding.
No, not
just
80.
kidding.
I got to protect my CDL. So 67.
Yeah, very good. Well, very good.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, Mike, we'll send that package out to you and get that first service taken care of for you on that Explorer. So, all right.
Thank you.
Nope.
Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, got another caller coming through. Let's get Evan patched through and get him coming through here and see what's on Evan's mind today, too. Once again, this is the toy drive here at Mel Hambelton Ford. As soon as the show's over, I'm headed up on the roof till we fill 5 F-150s, new unwrapped toys for the Salvation Army. So please run out and grab a toy, bring it out here, and let's fill up these F-150s. And we got Evan coming through.
Evan, you're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going great. How about yourself?
Pretty well this Saturday.
Very good. Very good.
So I just wanted to comment. I've with the cruise control. I ordered a 22 Maverick XL without cruise control.
Okay.
And then I got canceled and moved to a 23.
Yep.
So I'm going to get cruise control.
Yep.
Which I'm very happy about.
Good.
Yeah. That those Mavericks, what we've had of them, and they've proven to be very good vehicles so far. So I'm excited for you to get yours for sure.
Yep. Then, I'm excited too.
And then on the cruise, have you drove something with adaptive cruise before?
No, I haven't had a chance to. We've got a 20 Escape SE, and it doesn't have adaptive. We were looking at the SEL kind of, if we were interested in getting it or not, and we decided to go with just the SE without. And I mean, I don't know how much I would use it, just here locally in Wichita, but usually set it about 5 over and just kind of cruise right across town.
Yeah, definitely. And so let me ask you this: is there a difference at what you would set that cruise, say, in town, or a variant depending on the speed? So if you were setting the cruise at 55 versus, if the speed limit was 55 or whether it was 75, would it still be the same?
Right. Yeah, if you're going up to Kansas City or up to Salina or wherever it may be, I think I do 82, so a 7.
7 over.
Here in town, usually 5, and
especially across Kellogg, I guess, from that side of things, it seems like, and I don't know if that's just because it's in our face all the time. Man, there's several officers that sit right up here on Kellogg, and they have all day long. You can see cars pulled over in front of the dealership here of people. I'm sure they were just wanting to say hi. I don't think they were speeding or anything.
Got a question. Got a question. Had a question for the officer.
Yeah.
But then I also had a question on the Maverick. When it does come in, I was looking at getting the front windows tinted and the spray and bed liner. I didn't know if you guys did it or sent it out.
Yep,
or
that is 100.
BCC would do that, or
yep, that's 100% of something that we can help you with. So BCC would take care of the tinting from that side of it, but then also we are in partnership with Linex, and so we would be able to get the bed liner squared away or taken care of for you as well. So
cool. All right. Well, I've got my fingers crossed. We'll just keep on waiting for it. So.
I hear you, buddy. Trust me. We wish we could have that Maverick in your hands right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just went over 13 months this week. So
yeah, I know, buddy. I'm sorry. Sorry. But just keep your fingers crossed, and sooner or later that thing will show up, and we'll have a lot of fun with it.
Right. Keep waiting for good news. So.
There you go.
All right, fellas. Well, have a nice rest of your weekend.
Hey, you too. Thanks for the phone call, Evan.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, just running out of time here. There's a few minutes left on the show. If you take another caller or two, maybe 316-462-3673. Again, hey, it's the toy drive here at Mel Hambelton Ford. I'm going up on the roof till we fill 5 F-150 full of toys. I think we got 1 F-150 full already, Josh.
Well, they were emptying it out, though.
I'm sure they were trying to jack with me or whatever.
Something about early start to the game, or I don't know.
Oh, something like that.
There was rules and regulations. It's in the bylaws, I guess.
Bylaws. There we go. So anyway, let's get some new unwrapped toys. Come out here, drop them in the trucks. We've got 3 out front, 2 inside the showroom. Santa is going to be here from 11 to 1. I think there's a face painter and all kinds of balloon guys coming. So all kinds of fun for the kids. Get your picture taken with Santa from 11 to 1 and have some fun with that too. But it's a Mel Hambelton Ford toy drive for the Salvation Army. New unwrapped toys. Bring them out. You can just swing right up front, drop them off in the trucks, and we'll have guys out there to pick them up for you too, whatever works. Let's help all those kids over from the Salvation Army have a great Christmas like every one of us are going to have too. So let's have fun with that too. Anyway, Tyler Strickland must be still sleeping. Josh must have had a late night down in Oklahoma with the at the Arena Cross from that part. So he hasn't texted me back yet. So I'm sure he's probably wild and crazy down there last night is what I'll bet. Either that or he's busy right now.
Yeah,
Mountain Tires. That could be what it
tires is what I was wondering. So
from that part too. Again, we're headed next weekend. You'll tune in live. We'll be live from Indy at the PRI. We're going to have some of the Hoosier engineers online with us too. So you might want to tune into that. Some of the new and latest, greatest stuff that you hear from Hoosier. Not sure who all we're going to get online because it depends on who's all busy at that point in time at PRI. But we're going to get some of the Hoosier guys on with us. So Josh and I will be live next Saturday.
Be exciting down there
from PRI at in Indy. Got a long week ahead of us. We're headed out Sunday to head to, I still think it's Lakeville or Lakeview or something like that.
Plymouth is where you're landing. So
wonder why that's happening. So anyway, we're going to the Hoosier dealer meeting Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and then Wednesday set up for PRI, and then we'll be at PRI Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then back here late Saturday night. So a long week ahead of us. Get ready to go for Mel Hambelton Ford Racing and PRI and Hoosier. So anyway, hey, it's a toy drive again. Everybody, please jump out, run out to somewhere, grab a new unwrapped toy, bring it out here to Mel Hambelton Ford. It's our toy drive today. Yeah, we didn't give you much notice because we have too many irons in the fire with everything else going on with Black Friday and everything else too from that part. So just love to help these kids out at the Black Friday show and have some fun with those guys and make sure they have a good Christmas. But new unwrapped toys, bring it out. And yes, Tyler just finally hit me, and that is what he's doing. He is changing tires, and that's why he cannot get on the show. And so let me text him back. So that's why he isn't calling in. He's busy changing the Hoosier tires, getting those guys ready for the Arena Cross down in Oklahoma. Show 6 of 8, and so we'll see who the winners so far. I think Hoosier's been winning those things.
They've been
either winning or top 1, 2, 3 on the podium.
Standing tall on the podium for sure.
Exactly. So anyway, Josh, let's go through one last time our sponsors. That's, of course, BG Product. We've talked a lot about them on the show already with everything that they do for us, the partnership we have. But main thing is they got some great, fantastic products to help your car run many, many more miles, and all the things we do to help your car last longer. And remember, what's in that owner's manual is the minimum you need to do to maintain your car, because all that manufacturer's worried about is what it takes to get you through that warranty period. And after that, it's your baby from that part. But BG Products is out there to help your car run many, many more miles and also help you from having quite a few breakdowns and stuff, or all the stuff they have to offer on your car. Hope you've made your reservation with Stan at Go to Rent. If you need something bigger to get to Grandma's house for the holidays, I know we're a little slim on the product over there because of the inventory levels and stuff too. So if you need something, make sure you call Stan at Go to Rent. Hopefully, he's still got some vans or something ready for if you need something to get to Grandma's house.
The thing is Christmas light tours. If you want to load the family up and take a Christmas light tour, you can get a 12 or 15 passenger van and get everybody in there and take off. You know where there's any good Christmas lights around here?
No, don't.
No? Okay.
No clue.
Yeah.
No clue.
Gotcha.
No clue.
Okay.
Nice try, Josh. So anyway, Big Corner Creative, too, for all your advertising needs. Hey, they're a full-fledged advertising company. Anything you need to help your company advertise, whether it's Google advertising, traditional advertising, you need your vehicle wrap, you need your windows wrapped, you need any kind of signage whatsoever. BCC, Big Corner Creative, it's our advertising company right down east of us here, right on the other side of Mays Road. And as Jesse and those gang down there say, just Google us. So Google Big Corner Creative, you'll see everything they've got to do. Everyone, I think it's it. Josh, anything else?
I think we're good.
All right, everybody, have a great Saturday, and we'll talk to you next Saturday live from PRI and see who's going to be excited on with us there from their part. So everybody have a great Saturday, and bring a toy out here for the Salvation Army, Mel Hambelton Ford's, I don't know what it is, 14th annual toy drive or whatever. Jump out to any store, grab a new unwrapped toy, bring it out here, see Santa from 11 to 1. Everyone have a great Saturday. Come out, bring us a toy, and have some fun with Santa.